Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to show you another lesson from Teacher Val and I's Grade 1, Semester 1, 15 PowerPoint bundle. So if you've seen my last video, you know that Teacher Val and I decided a few months ago that we wanted to create an entire curriculum from grade 1 to 6. And so far we have completed grade 1, semester 1, and there are 15 PowerPoints. And yeah, I'm just going to be showing you another PowerPoint today. This is a PowerPoint about favorite toys. This is lesson 6 of 15. So if you want to see lesson 5, you can watch my previous video. So in this video, I'm just going to go through and show you the entire PowerPoint slide by slide. So if you decide that you want to purchase this PowerPoint, you know exactly what it looks like. If you decide that you just want to watch this lesson and try to recreate it yourself, yeah, you know exactly what it looks like and how to do it. And also Val and I really recommend that if you want to purchase this lesson, just go ahead and buy all 15 of them because they go together. So if you're just buying this lesson, your students are going to be missing things because lesson 1 builds into lesson 2, which builds into lesson 3 and so on. And this is lesson 6. So there's going to be a lot of things in there like the colors and the numbers and all that they're going to need. Okay. So we really recommend that if you're going to want to teach this lesson, just go ahead and buy all 15 of them. And also if you buy all 15, it's much cheaper. So yeah, we really recommend that. If you want to purchase them, you can go to my website. I'll leave a link below. You can go to the direct links. I also have direct links. If you don't want to go to my website, you can use those direct links to buy it really, really quickly. Or you can go to my Taobao store. Okay, if you're in China or you're in a location where you can use Alipay, you can use my Taobao store. So if you enjoy this lesson, if you enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Go over and subscribe to Teacher Val's channel as well. He has a lot of amazing content over there. I think it's one of the best ESL channels out there right now. So go and check out Teacher Val's channel if you're not already a subscriber. And yeah, let's get into this lesson. All right, let's have a look at this lesson. So this is lesson 6, favorite toys, and we'll just jump straight into the lesson. So in our schools, we always split the class up into girls versus boys. We split them up by row. It really helps with classroom management if your class is split up into teams and you can play points and keep track of the score and everything like that. And we also, of course, have classroom rules. Now, if you purchase this PowerPoint, you're also going to get the classroom rules for free. They come with the PowerPoints. I've had some people ask me that, so I just want to let everyone know you get the classroom rules with every lesson, okay? And these PowerPoints are fully editable, which means if you download them from us, you can change anything you want. You can do anything you want, okay? They become yours, you know. You can add, change, you can move stuff from this PowerPoint to other PowerPoints. You can change the words. You can add in translations in their first language, okay? So it's totally up to you. And then we have our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown, which works really, really well to get the class focused after an activity or between teaching, or just if they get loud, you need to refocus them. You can use this countdown. Okay, so we just remind them of the countdown, especially this is grade 1, semester 1, so they need to be reminded of all this, you know, almost every class in the beginning, just so they know, okay? And then we have a warm-up. Now in this class in grade 1, starting in week 5, I show them the days of the week song. Now I do this because teaching the days of the week is quite difficult. It's hard for them to remember, excuse me. So I do it as a chant starting week 5, and I do it, you know, for the rest of the year. We sing a song, then we do a chant. I have a video of me doing the days of the week chant on my channel. You can go and check that out. It's a little chant and a dance and stuff, and they really like it. And it works really well to get these words, which are quite difficult in English, into their memory, okay? And then I ask them, what day of the week is it? Or what day is today? Either way is fine, and they tell me today is Monday or today is Tuesday, and so on. And then we go into review, okay? So the review for this lesson is the previous week, obviously. So the previous week was classroom objects, so we will show them a review of the classroom objects lesson. I'm not sure why this is. Okay, my computer froze there for a second. All right, so you can see I have an insert translation from language 1. So you can put that in there if you're in Spain. You can put in Spanish translation, German. You can put in German, Japan, Japanese, and so on. Okay, so then we have, this is directly from the previous lesson. So how many yellow pencils? 1, 2. 2 yellow pencils. Okay, and then we just go through these and drill It's exactly from the previous lesson, just to refresh their memory. Okay, so I'm going to jump ahead now to the teaching part of the lesson. All right, let's learn. So the first thing we're going to do is teach them new words, and we have a really cool animation here to get the students excited. This is courtesy of Teacher Val. He created this. It's a really good way to focus the students on the screen. And then you're going to go through and teach them each word, and you're going to teach them an action as well. Okay, and if you want, you can click the screen
doll,
and hear the word. Okay, so you could do an action. You can think of an action for doll, whatever you'd like to do for doll. It's up to you totally. And just rinse and repeat for each different new word. So ball, teach them an action for ball. And what I like to do as I'm going through these new words is I go back as I'm doing it and I say each of the words I just taught and do an action. So for example, once I get to like these other words, bicycle and stuff, I'll be doing the action for doll and having the kids chant it at me. Okay, I want to see if they remember. And another thing you can do is as you go through these, you can either have flashcards. This lesson will come with free flashcards, so you can put the flashcards on the board as you show the words. Okay, so as you're going through these new words, you can put the flashcards on the board with a magnet, or you can write the word and draw a little picture if you're good at drawing. I'm not good at drawing, so I don't like to do that. The kids will laugh at me. They have laughed at me. And this is just a good way for them to see everything that they're learning. Okay, use a flashcard. And yeah, it's just a good practice to do. Okay, and then robot, and then kites. Okay, and like I said, make sure you're saying them and drilling them as you go and going back and really getting this into their memory. Okay, and then the first game we have is called the Quicksay Game. But before I play, I'll drill all of the words one more time. I'll point at each one and we'll say them together. I might just point at them randomly and make sure the kids can say them. Okay, and then I will show them how this game works. So I will say, what is number one? Okay, number one, you can point at the one. Number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six, okay? And make sure they understand. I mean, you don't have to make sure they understand what number means. They should know because you taught them, but they might not remember exactly this word because you didn't focus on that when you taught that lesson. You just focused on the numbers themselves. But some students will remember, but you just want to make sure they get it, okay? Number one, number two, number three. And then you'll say, what is number one? They'll say, number one is a yo-yo. Then you can say, all right, what is number four? And see if they can do it. They'll probably just say the word, they'll just say bicycle, and you'll have to tell them, no. Number four is a bicycle. Okay, and then you can say, now you try. Okay, and you'll say, what is number five? And they're going to scream, ball. And you'll say, no. Number five is a ball. Okay, number five is a ball. What is number two? Robot. No. Number two is a robot. Okay, and have them really try to say the full sentence answer. Okay, after you play this game a few times with them, you can even do it as a group with a question as well. So you can point at them, what is number three? What is number, and then point at one of them, three. Okay, or you can just hold up your fingers or something, and they have to say the full sentence, or the full question and the full sentence answer. Okay, it's just a good practice to do that. Okay, but you'll find your own way. I'm just making suggestions on ways you can play these games. You can play it the way that feels natural for you and the way that you know works with your students. Okay, the next game is the TPR game, the Total Physical Response game. And this explanation that we have here is just for you, the teacher. Okay, the students aren't going to understand this. You don't have to read it out to them or something. This is for you, the teacher. Okay. The way I like to play this game, again, just a suggestion, is I bring up one or two students from each team. I have them face the class so they can't see the screen. Okay, they can't see any of this. And then I will push a button. So one of the words starts flashing. And the seated students either need to do an action, the action for that word, or they need to say the word, okay? And the standing students who can't see have to do the opposite of what they do. So if you're having the seated students do the action, the standing students need to say the word. If you're having the seated students say the word, the standing students need to do the action, okay? And for the standing students, whichever student says the word, okay, if you're having the seated students do the action, or does the action, if you're having the seated students say the word, gets points for their team. Okay. Once again, you can go to my channel. You can find a video I have dedicated to showing how this game works. And I've also played this game in a bunch of videos. So if you watch my channel, you'll probably have seen me playing this game. The kids absolutely love it, and it's a great game for large classes. Again, our PowerPoints are designed for large classes. Okay, so they're interactive games for big classes where it's difficult to get everyone to participate. All right, and that's the TPR game. If you have any questions about any of these games, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can email me, or you can email Teacher Val, and we will explain it to you. Okay, and yeah, let's go to the next part. Okay, so the next part of the lesson is a sentence drill. Okay, so we're going to teach them a full sentence. My favorite toy is a doll. And you can do actions for all of this, okay? You can think of your own actions, okay? I could show you actions, but you'll have to do whatever actions feel natural to you, okay? So you can say each word in the sentence and do an action for each one, okay? And you'll go through each one of the words and do it one by one. Yeah, it's a great way to drilling with actions, okay? So I'll just show you all the slides. You can see the animations are looking a bit jumpy now, but that's just because I'm recording my screen right now. So my computer, which is quite old now, is not performing at its best. But if you're using this PowerPoint on your computer and you're not recording your screen, it'll look smooth and beautiful. Okay, let's go through all of them. I just want to show you every slide. So if you do want to get this lesson, you know exactly what you're getting. And the next part is the question drill. Okay, so you'll ask them the question, what is your favorite toy? Okay, and they should answer, my favorite toy is a yo-yo. Okay, again, you can teach them actions for all of this, for each thing in the sentence. Drill it, and if you want, you can write it on the board as well so they can see it. If you're teaching this to grade 1, it depends the level of your students. If you want to have them write it down in their notebook, it's totally up to you if you think they can do it. For grade 1 in my class, I don't have them write it down because it just takes forever. Most of the students can't write. But if you're in some sort of international school or something, and the kids can write pretty well already, then yeah, it's up to you. You can have them write it down. We just don't really do that with the public school because they can't write. Okay. I've had teachers ask me that, at what age do I have them write? So it depends on the level of your students. Generally for me, grade 2 students, some of them want to write stuff down in their notebook, or their parents tell them to. So at that age, they can do it. It just takes time. They're still going to be quite slow, but you can have them do it. It'll definitely help them, okay? And if you think it's going to help them, then do it, okay? But it's going to be up to you to make that call, okay? And then we have a Clickaway game. The Clickaway game is one of my favorite games. So we can bring up a student, have the whole class ask them, what is your favorite toy? And they can say, you can choose another student, bring up one student, have the whole class ask that student, what is your favorite toy? And that student will answer, my favorite toy is, and let's say they say a bicycle, you click, and they can get points. One thing I just want to add is that if your school requires you to do group work or partner work, pair work, you can add that in right after or right before this teaching part, this game, okay? And you can have them ask each other the question and have them answer, okay? You can even just show them this slide if you want before you play the game. You can copy and paste this slide before, so you just ask them to ask each other, or you can, if there's students sitting next to each other, like let's say there's 4 rows of 2 students sitting next to each other, you can have the kids sitting on your left ask the question and have them all ask it together. So every single student on the left asks, what is your favorite toy? And then on the right, they answer, my favorite toy is and they say their answer, okay? With grade 1, guiding them through this is going to be important. Sometimes pair work, group work like this can turn into a disaster, so be careful. You really got to train them. If you have a partner teacher in the room who can help you, that would be really useful. We don't in my school have a partner teacher, so it's really quite difficult. For me, it's okay because I can say it to them in their first language, but it's still hard to manage them if you split them up like this or have them do pair work or group work in grade 1, okay? If you have a large class. If you have a class of 10, okay, do it. It's easy. But if you have a class of 40 or 50, like my situation, with grade 1, it's quite difficult to do that. If you're teaching older students, you can do it, but again, you've really got to master your classroom management techniques before you try to do that, because I promise you it's going to turn into a really loud mess. But I know a lot of schools want their teachers to do that with their students, pair work, group work, and stuff. You can do it. It's good. It's a good practice to do it, but it's really hard to do it well and still maintain control of them. Okay, especially the younger they are. Okay, so you can let's go back to the game. So after you bring up that student, they get the 4 points. They go ahead and sit down. Bring up another student, and the whole class asks them the question with the actions, or you can have just that team or just that row that student comes from ask the question. You can give them points based on how well they ask. I love to do that because it really gets them focused, and even asking the questions is a competition in my class. I try to turn everything into some sort of competition so they have a stake in it, so they want to do it. And then that student will answer, my favorite toy is a ball. Click on it and they get only 1 point. Oh no. Okay, and rinse and repeat until all of them are gone. Okay, it's a fun game. It's an easy game. It's an easy game to manage. It's an easy game to for the students to understand. Okay, so especially in grade 1, one of the most important things is that your games are easy enough for all the students to understand how they work, and you're not going to spend a ton of time trying to explain them, because you're going to have a lot of confused students, and confused students are loud students. Okay. The last game here is the target game. Again, this slide is just for you, the teacher, so you know how to play. Okay. So here's the way it works. On the board, you can draw a target. Okay, and have numbers for each part of the target, and outside the target can be 1 point, as you can see. You can choose the points if you want. You know, you can make this negative if you want. You can make this 10 points. You can change it however you like. And then you bring up one student, the whole class, or just that team. Like I said before, you can have just the team asked to get extra points. I'll just clarify. Let's say I bring up a student from team 1. Team 1 will ask the question. If they all ask together, they all ask beautifully, I will award team 1 up to 5 points. If they don't ask together, or they don't ask really well, or some students aren't asking or refuse to ask, I'll give them less than 5 points in order to encourage them to participate. So maybe I'll give them 3 points or 4 points instead of 5, okay? And then the student will say, my favorite toy is, and you can just have them say their answer, okay? My favorite toy is a doll, and then throw the sticky ball. Don't have them throw darts, okay? Have them throw the sticky ball at the board. If they hit the 4, they get 4 points, okay? It's very simple, very easy to understand. Another way you could do it is after they ask the question, you could have the student throw the ball, and whatever they hit on the target is what they have to say, and how many points they get, okay? So let's say they throw and hit 2, they have to say, my favorite toy is a doll, because 2 is 2, the doll, okay, corresponds with doll. So it's totally up to you how you want to play. Maybe you'll find a better way to play a game like this. Maybe you have another idea. Leave a comment below. Me and Val are always interested in new ideas, and yeah, there's lots of ways to play games like this, and it's fun. In class, playing games like this with the kids, it's really fun, okay? I feel like a game show host. And that's the whole lesson. At the end of your lesson, make sure you count the points for each team, and Val and I run a star system, which means that the winning team from every class will get a star, and we keep track of those stars, and then the team with the most amount of stars at the end of the month or at the end of the semester can get a special gift from you, okay? I have a video about that as well. I think it's called Gamify Your Class, I think Gamify Your Class, I talk about that. And classroom management lesson, I think I might also talk about that in that video as well. So yeah, there's some other resources on my channel you can go and check out if you're new here. All right, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did and you want to purchase it, just use the links below and you can download it really quickly. And as I said before, I really recommend just go ahead and buy all 15 of them because they go together as a group. It's much better to buy them together, and also it's much cheaper, okay? I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.